The Abyss Order's on the move. The ley lines are all out of whack. We better hurry back. Hey, look at those hilly trails over there. Weren't they acting super agitated just a little while ago? Where are these?
In the New World, they bade farewell to the shrouded sun. At last, they no longer needed to dwell on their suffering, or try to differentiate. Such was the price they paid, and thus their soul...
Did you hear that? What was that sound just now? It sounded so gentle. Could that... Oh, this is weird. Let's check if this is happening anywhere else. Looks like the same thing is happening over here, too.
You see, we're both still here. We've reclaimed an endless amount of time to love. Release your tears. You no longer need to hold...
Over there. It looks like they're sleeping.
In the end, he whispered, softly. Sleep well, Father. Sleep. When you awake, that which differentiates us shall be.
It almost sounds like a poem or some kind of story. Well, now that the hilly trails have calmed down, Vimara Village should be safe at least. Let's put this situation to the side for now. Dane said this might be our chance to find the missing villager, so we should... The Abyss Order seems to be up to something nearby.
The Abyss Order? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Thank you for your concern, but as far as I'm aware, it's been business.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were
Someone's gone missing, you say?
Huh? You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually. Your missing persons commission.
Ah, I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me At least right now, I can't seem to recall whatever it is you're referring to. Perhaps you should try asking someone else.
But how is that? All right. Something's definitely not right. We just talked to Grandpa Amadea about the missing villager. What do you think, Traveler? Could everyone's memories of the missing villager have been erased again? You're right. We should narrow down the possibilities first. Let's go ask someone else then.
Someone's gone missing? Who?
Just as expected. That guy you said a bunch of nice things about earlier? He's around 20 years old, and you said he was a kind, warm-hearted person?
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Really? You remember?
There aren't many young people who've earned that kind of praise from me. If you're certain that's what I said, then there's only one person who fits the bill. No doubt about it. But why'd you say he's gone missing? Yeah, I just saw him leave the village. There was someone else with him, too. They couldn't have gone far.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just saw him? Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
If this person only exists in people's memories, maybe we're in someone's memory right now.
Right! Paimon totally forgot about the ley line disturbances. We're in someone else's memory. Just like how you entered your sibling's memory last time. That would also explain why we seem to be at a time before he went missing. It's a memory after all. Right. If he's someone who only exists in people's memories, then we're finally on the same turf. But didn't Bayron just say that he saw him leave the village with someone? Well, who knows how long this ley line disturbance is gonna last? We might not have that much time, and we don't even know who's... Good idea! That'll help us narrow things down. We pretty much figured out that the missing villager has the ability to... Right! That! Can we try to figure out more about him using what we know of his ability? Like, does it maybe leave a trace that would somehow give him away?
If time was allowed to pass within the false memories, there's a higher chance they might conflict with someone's original recollection. That would make it much harder to avoid.
No wonder! All this time and the sky hasn't changed a bit! That must mean time isn't passing! That's the tell of the fake memories! The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off. Like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
The color of the sky coincides with the moment in time she described.
Oh, right! That's exactly what Atosa described!
Oh, come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk. Just like time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Yep, that has to be it! This is definitely Atosa's memory. Yeah, that's where they'll be!
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things. It's okay if you don't. You...
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
Oh, right. This version of Atosa hasn't met us yet.
Friends? I guess you could say that. It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see what they need. I'm sorry, Atosa. We'll have to...
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then.
It's nice to see you, traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the loom of fate. You're Caribert Alberic.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw... This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her. But I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this. Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the loom of fate. But despite his intentions for me, in truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion. The person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of As for your question, the loom of fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines. In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But as more of it is completed, its power becomes... Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower... But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world. Yes, I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. After all, its existence cost me my... That. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if... I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa. What would it be like if I could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have, even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. I know. Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with... Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact the loom of fate has already been completed. No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif. He's absolutely fine. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he? His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the prince. He would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough plan. That's right, because in his mind, he had given it to you already. Before you two entered that false location.
Traveler, wait. We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
That was when I implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the... I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed. I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but... Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor in the face of everything they could be planning. I fear, in any case. I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and you remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. After he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form, to comfort me, my father told me a story. That this was a fairy tale world, where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears. My goal was simple. To use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form, to implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story. I can't change the world. all that's left of me. But now, the
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time. Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too. Well, how about a conversation? The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to, were it not for that. Perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. The loom of fate, huh? I still haven't found a way before the heavenly principles awaken. Yes, for 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Such a flagrant disregard for the rules, and still Celestia took no action. However, the heavenly principles will awaken. You could say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded even as a hilly churl. Seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who, of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated. Lumine?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that. There's so much I wanted to ask you. But there's just one thing I have to ask. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end. Do you remember? A long time ago, when you told me. You wanted to find a place in the universe where to have a place like that suddenly appear before me? Well, would you think of that as a
You mean?
I miss you too, Lumine. But as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our ability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari Bear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here. Everything in this space will be wiped from existence. including all memory of our reunion.
You're only telling me this now?
Still so sleepy. Oh, Paimon woke up a little earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he didn't say anything, though. Just made sure that you were all right and left. Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya. Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Kari Bear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened. Wait, really? What a score! Well, what happened after that?
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long. Oh, and we also remembered his name, Kari Bear. Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner. Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is, and we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Kari Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now. Paimon wonders how Atosa's doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If she hasn't remembered like everyone else, we can tell her what happened. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's probably at the tree. Hey, Atosa, how's it going?
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I was part of the search party, so honestly, I just can't believe He always seemed to appear out of nowhere, and now he left just as quickly. If Kari Bear wants me to forget about the time we spent together, then I'm willing to try. I relied on him for a lot of things, but I'm sure with enough time, even the deepest of attachments can fade. Okay, I'll admit. I was dumped, wasn't I? Otherwise, why would he just leave like that without saying goodbye? You don't need to comfort me. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back.
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now. Oh, right! Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Kari Bear? A picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.